Shalom Yasharala, Shalom, which means peace, Israel. We'd like to start off by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Akakwadash. Yahweh, that'll be the true and powerful, mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls God. Jehovah, Yahweh, or higher. By Hashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai, that's the true and powerful, mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yeshua, Yeshua, or Yeshaya. And the Akakwadash is the Holy Spirit, according to the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. We'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who we learn the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation to the hopeful elect, to believers and listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Much love and respect unto you, brothers, pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives and freedom now more so than ever. May Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your household. I'm the brother Iwam, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify to the Lord's elect. Okay, and hey man, this war in Iran is heating up, man. Okay, and people are hoping that things get better, that things, return back to normal. But we're here to tell you that that's not the case. All right, it's only going to get worse. Don't believe the bullshit coming from your president or his anybody in his cabinet saying that anything in regards to peace and safety. Okay, because we know when they call for peace and safety, there's such destruction coming. It's going to follow right after.
You know, in the scripture, they say that this man was born, when they were born, they were forced to keep alive.
Yeah.
You know, anything these people say is a doggone lie. Okay? When this man telling you he's winning this war, he's a goddamn lie.
Okay. Motherfuckers talking about they only having 5, 6, 7 casualties. Add 100 onto that.
Exactly. You know, see, that's just Esau's pride being puffed up. But
it's deceiving him.
It's deceiving him, and he's also deceiving the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're saying, don't be fooled by what you're seeing on your mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? That's why the prophets are out here to tell you the truth about what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent us to warn you. Okay? And that's why we're out here. To warn you. Because the end is near. Okay?
We're in the beginning of the end. The beginning of sorrows, as Yahweh Shai would call it.
Come.
Okay? And, there is a such thing as too late with the Heavenly Father, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you people, it's going to be too late because y'all don't want to listen to his messengers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but hey, that's going to be on y'all. We're going to laugh when y'all calamity come. Okay. I want to open up with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 28. Get Ezekiel 38 and 1. But this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision, in the appearance thereof from the east. And isn't that where this war is going on right now in the east?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The so-called Middle East.
Which is actually Western Asia.
Western Asia, exactly.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. In the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. And that's really what's going on with the American military and the Israeli forces. They trembling right now because the Iranian military is devastating their asses, man.
Mm-hmm. They knocked out all of America's
bases.
Bases and embassies and shit in these areas. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much America can do now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't much that America can do. And when you say the dragons of Arabia, this is talking about, because really real soon, you're going to see all these different Arab, countries or whatever. Team up, these Ishmaelites, Edomites, you know what I'm saying? They're all going to team up against America and Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, if you think about it, they still brothers in their faith, their Islamic faith. You know what I'm saying? So eventually they're gonna say, okay, now screw this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look out for our people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna. This is not.
because they tired of y'all bombing, you know, their land,
Mhm.
killing their families, their wives,
Constant.
their parents, their children, nephews.
Because America
nieces.
been doing this for the longest.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
they had all this time to prepare.
Mhm.
What really got me is they wasted all that artillery on them on those
On some paintings.
yeah. They had these people then spray painted fighter jets and Apache helicopters on the ground, and America goes and bombs them because they didn't sat
They
back.
thought that it was actual plan.
Yeah, because they didn't sat back and study how America, you know, their tactics and their war, and they come out the same playbook all the time. All the time. It's just sloppy at this point.
Good you said that. That's what's been going on. While America is constantly at war and starting mess with all these different countries, a lot of them have just been sitting back and just watching what America does.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know, they've been watching what America does. They know their playbook. They know their play already.
Yep.
They know how they're gonna move.
Yep.
And that's why everything that Iran does right now is very strategic, and they know how to really hit America and mess up the finances and everything in this country. You got it.
All right. Going back to 2 Ezra 15, verse 30. Also the Carmenians, which are the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. And with great power shall they come and join battle with them. Okay, with they're gonna team up with Russia and China and come against America and Israel. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, which the modern day Assyrians is the American. Okay.
And they already wasted a portion of it by blowing up their embassies and stuff.
But then also too, it's gonna be war over here on the shores of America. They already got these talks of these sleeper cells. Okay. So that's gonna be one way they're gonna waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, and then also, you know, don't forget about the nukes and the bombs. Verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. Going back to what you said, they're gonna remember, you know, they are brothers. Okay, and you know, hey, Ishmael, that's a wild man. Okay, so they're gonna go to that wild-like nature, and hey, they're gonna, hey, because they already giving these devils hell, man. It's finna turn up. Okay, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, right? And they are conspiring together. That's why they got that great power, because they're coming together. Then these shall be troubled, bled, and kept silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Which means it's going to be infighting, man. Okay? Because a lot of America's allies, they're going to pull themselves out because they see that it's not worth jumping in the battle. I think Great Britain said that they was like, we can aid you in surveillance, but we're not giving you no troops.
Yeah. A lot of these countries, these European countries, are not gonna do it. And I heard something about Trump supposedly trying to ask Putin to provide oil to Europe. You know what I'm saying? Because the Strait of Hormuz being shut down due to the war.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now, I mean, honestly, how the fuck can Trump ask Putin for any kind of favors? But if you think about it,
They was friends at one point in time.
Yeah, and think about it. What if Russia does that? What that's going to do is lead to the prophecy of the beast hating the oil, basically. Because then these European countries and other NATO countries, they now depend on Russia. You know what I'm saying? They're going to become allies with Russia.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? America has no win in this thing, man.
No, they don't. They checkmated already, but they still trying to, okay, well, let me see. Maybe if I move this piece here. No, man. That's it.
Like you said.
That's it. That is it. what the brother's been saying lately, stick a fork in it.
Con.
Stick a fucking fork.
Cooked. Done.
But go ahead and
Get that Ezekiel
uh,
chapter 38. Ezekiel chapter 38, starting at verse 1. And it says, And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog,
which modern day Russia. Okay.
the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
And I believe that word chief prince in the Hebrew is Ashar, which that's where you get the term Russia from.
That's how we know this is talking about Russia. It says, And prophesy against him. It says, And say, Thus said Yahweh, the Lord God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
And when it says he's going to put the hooks back in their jaws, that goes into the Heavenly Father putting that old Soviet Union spirit back on these Russians, man. Okay? And you know, they've been sitting there building up that military since the Cold War, man.
And America been poking that bear for the longest. Eventually, the Lord gonna let that bear loose. You know.
But right now, Russia sitting back licking their chops, waiting
Just waiting to eat, man.
Because, man, everybody's getting tired of the bully on the block, man. All right, go ahead.
So it says Persia,
Which is the Iranians.
Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer and all his bands.
I want to say that's Turkey.
I think so. The house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
God, man. So Persia is modern day Iran. Okay, and Iran is allied with Russia. Okay, and this coalition, along with China, North Korea, Turkey, and all these other NATO nations, they're gonna come against the West and Israel, man. Okay.
And Russia is basically going to be that guard.
Yeah, he's gonna be the head.
You know, is that?
He's gonna be that's what it means, the chief prince. He's gonna be the leader. He's gonna be leading these other nations against America and Israel, man. Jump down to verses 15 and 16, Baba Shah.
Okay. So Ezekiel 38 and 15, it says, And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, and that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before thy eyes.
Yeah, so Russia is going to lead the alliance. Okay, and it's going in this stating that they're going to touch the land of Israel, man. Okay, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua sanctified it, as he just said. Okay, he gonna let these Russians, you know, because hey, our land got to be cleansed for all the filth that's been going on over there. Okay, and Iran is going to be one of the military allies in their war.
And you know, scriptures say that the Lord said he would have war with Amalek for generation to generation. Okay, that's about to come to an end now. Okay, because the Lord is finally going to set his hand, you know what I'm saying, against these people. He's acting against these people. He's going to fucking destroy them. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to still go in captivity. They're going to serve their captivity.
Oh, yeah.
But their latter end, like you said, their latter end is going to be that they perish forever. You know?
Waiting on that. We waiting on that. All right, let me get this. Ezekiel 39. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 1. Then Robert Kishal get Jeremiah 49, verse 34. But this is Ezekiel 39 and 1. Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against God and say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. All right, there's Russia up there in the north. Okay, so they're going to come down and they're going to go against the government, because that's what mountains mean. Mountains mean governments, okay, of Israel. It's not talking about us, the Israelites. It's talking about those who's occupying our land right now. Okay? And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thy arrows to fall out of thy right hand. Like thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel, thou and all thy bands, and the people that is with thee. I will give thee unto ravenous birds of every sort, and to the beasts of the field to be devoured. Thou shalt fall upon the open field, for I have spoken it, said Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, so that's describing that the destruction of their armies. Okay, and that's part of the World War III prophecy, and that's going to be Yahweh Shai that's going to be destroying them on that mountain, because it talks about that in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, which we're going to get later on, man. These nations coming together, because they was fighting amongst each other at first, but then once Yahweh Shai come on the scene, they gonna stop their fighting and try to fight the Lord. All right.
That once again, that's Esau's pride. You know what I'm saying? That's why they created this space for, so they can actually. They know they eventually they have to fight Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? If they actually want to set up their new world order and continue in their blessing, you know what I'm saying? They have to fight.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. You keep quoting this in Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is on high. Who is that talking about? He's talking about them so-called white men. Okay, the Caucasian.
That's your cavemen. You know what I'm saying? Say they dwellers in the clefts of the rocks. It's going back to Mount Petra. You know what I'm saying? The red rocks and red. If you look at it, it shows you that it's the Roman. It resembles the Roman Empire, just like it resembles America right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because the whole world is a gigantic. This man made this whole world a gigantic cave.
Yep.
All
the concrete everywhere. Everything all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but continuing on. Whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, says the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we're seeing that right now. We're witnessing him bringing our enemies down before our eyes, man. Okay?
And we're rejoicing. Like the scripture say, blessed is he that lives to see the downfall of his enemy. We're rejoicing because we're seeing it happen. You know what I'm saying? And Lord willing, we'll endure to the end and see it come to fruition. You know what I mean?
We'll get what you got.
Okay, so Jeremiah 49, you said 34?
We'll do 39.
Okay, it says, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, the prophet, saying, the prophet against Elam.
Elam is the Iranians, the Persians.
Mm-hmm.
This is a prophecy against the Iranians. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, in the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah, king of Judah, saying, thus said Yahweh of hosts, okay, hosts meaning armies, behold, I will break the bow of Elam, the chief of their might. And upon Elam will I bring the four winds from the four quarters of heaven, and will scatter them toward all those winds. And there shall be no nation whither the outcasts of Edom of Elam shall not come.
Hey, it makes sense why they all over.
It says, for I will cause Elam to be dismayed before their enemies, and before them that seek their life, and I will bring evil upon them, even my fierce anger, said Yahweh, and I will send the sword after them till I have consumed them. And I will set my throne in Elam, and will destroy from thence the king and the princes, said the Lord. But it shall come to pass in the latter days that I will bring again the captivity of Elam, said the Lord Yahweh. Okay?
Yeah, so pretty much what that's talking about is how Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai brought these Iranians, the Persians down. Okay, let's go back to the Persian War. Okay, that I want to say that was like the beginning of their downfall or whatever. But then in the end, okay, it's talking about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai restoring them. Okay, meaning he's building them up back into a military power again before destruction. Okay, because it showed that he stripped them. Okay, stripped them of their glory, just like how they did, like how he did us. Okay, but the difference between us and them is they heathens.
Right, and see that's the thing right there. Good believe we're not just sitting here prophesying about America's downfall only, or Esau's downfall only. All these heathens, okay, have had a hand in our captivity here. And the Lord has a beef with all of it. That's why he's bringing them all together to war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He gathered them in the valley of Jehoshaphat, but he did judge them and stripped them and brought them down low. Okay? And then now throughout the years they just silently building themselves back up, because it's all prophecy that had to play out, man. It's all prophecy that had to play out. Let me
ultimately they both over there fighting over land that don't belong to them. You know what I'm saying? They both over there fighting over something that belong to us.
That's true. That is true, man.
So the Lord is gonna intervene. You know what I'm saying?
On our behalf, man.
Come.
All right. Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Damn, I can't remember.
But the three
frogs.
I believe those 3 frogs is talking about London being the in control of the monetary system. You got DC, that's the military might of this beast system.
And then you got the Vatican, which is part of the
That's
religion.
the false prophet.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the religious part of this whole beast system.
No water for that.
Come.
For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, and that's what they doing, man. All right, shit, being able to, make these bombs and make fire rain down from heaven, that is a miracle. Okay, they got false miracles going on in these churches. Okay, they got false miracles going on all over. Y'all people eating this shit up. Which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. This next verse is red letter. This is where Lord Yahushua speaking. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he. So that means him coming as a thief, meaning he gonna come unaware when you least expect it. Okay, because a lot of people, they wasn't expecting this war to pop off like that. Trump wasn't expecting this to drag out the way it did. He thought it was gonna be like Venezuela again.
Yeah, a day or two and it's over with. But the Lord is the dragons of Arabia. You know what I'm saying? The Lord put that spirit in them. You know what I'm saying? To continue to fight. And see, the thing is that what Iran can do, they can endure. They can endure long enough for the United States to have to make some kind of other decision. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
to think about it too. Y'all going into their territory. They know the terrain. Okay,
Mhm.
they used to the conditions out there. Y'all ain't used to that.
Yeah. So how the hell Trump gonna put boots on the ground and expect to win like that?
Oh boy,
You
'cause
know, and
I-
our military suck at ground war anyway.
I got
We
the-
good as hell with airstrike.
that's
You
all
know
they
what I'm saying?
that's all they good at.
You know,
Because
with ground war we suck.
I got to echo my lawyer, the elder from Kansas City. The American military don't know nothing about no reconnaissance. They don't know nothing about how the ground layout or none of that, man. They don't know nothing about the terrain. So yeah, like you said, the ground military suck ass. Okay, and that's why a lot of people not gonna want to join because they're like, I'm not finna get mowed down by these niggas for y'all behalf. Like you had a video that the elder in Kansas City was going into about the draft. He was going through the comments. One dude was like, "Man, just put me in jail."
Real talk. Like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not going to fight no Viet Cong, Vietnam, no none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted him to go in the war with Vietnam or whatever. You know, he said, in the movie, if you watch the movie, he said, ain't no Viet Cong ever called me nigger. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, that ain't our beef. You know,
cool.
that's Esau's beef.
Exactly.
We don't want to fight that beef, just like you got soldiers right now, you know what I'm saying we don't want to go to war for Israel. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to we used to fighting for America. We used to fighting for our sovereignty.
But
you know what I'm saying?
What they fail to realize is all the wars that y'all been fighting on America's behalf was on the behalf of Israel.
Exactly. And people are starting to realize that now. That's why a lot of people don't want to go to war. That's why they're going to have to do a draft.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But
They're going to
then
have to force people.
Yeah, but then that draft is going to bring in a civil war. Because that's going to bring division.
Exactly.
Because, you're going to have, them patriots. Oh, what you mean you don't want to go fight for your country?
Exactly.
Fuck this country. What the fuck this country ever do for me? What this country ever do for my people?
Exactly.
But oppress us and keep us downtrodden. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You expect me to go over there and fight just to come back over here and be oppressed? Man,
You will
can
have
suck-
to kill me.
You can suck my dick. Excuse my vulgarity.
You sound
But-
like you meant that shit.
I did mean that shit. That's what I said. Excuse my vulgarity. Y'all gonna have to like, hey. And I pray Yahweh Shemi Haushah keep the same spirit on me too when that time comes. Cause hey, Esau, fuck y'all and y'all, fuck y'all in this country, bro. For real. Fuck y'all in this country. Cause ain't nothing good ever came from this country.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn, like you said, you ain't did nothing but oppress us, and you want us to go fight for you
So we can come back and be oppressed.
and be oppressed again.
If this
If
war's
we come back.
yeah,
You know
because
what I'm
we know this is the war to end our wars.
Huh.
Okay, but just being facetious for a minute, putting myself in the shoes of a 2/3, like, so you want me to go over here? You want me to go overseas, fight this war? We possibly let's say we win. Let's say we win. Only thing that's gonna happen, I'm gonna have to come back over here to this piss poor country.
Shell shocked.
I'm be shell shocked. Y'all not gonna give me any benefits because y'all fuck over y'all veterans. Okay. We're just gonna leave me down more oppression. I'm gonna get taxed to death. Everything when I come back, everything gonna be high. I said, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. Cause I done had friends that was in the military that went and fought in Iraq and all that shit. And I seen what happened. I seen what that did to them. Nah, bro, fuck you, bro.
Come
With an
back
AIDS
with,
dick.
What's that?
With an AIDS dick, fuck you, nigga.
What they call that disease? It's not
Yeah,
ADHD.
PTSD.
PTSD, yeah. They come back with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
You know, and they're talking about the trauma that they experience in these wars, seeing all these people, seeing around all this death, constant.
Yep.
You know, they come back, they got that.
What was that
You know?
movie when they said, seeing death ain't natural? Damn, what movie was that? It was one of them old ass black movies. I probably can pull it up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but they come back from the army, after military, after doing all this here, and they fucked up in the head, they fucked up mentally, they fucked up physically,
Right.
you know.
Fucking the Ray Charles movie. That's
Oh yeah, that's right, because that's supposedly
how he got
why
blind.
he went blind from seeing his brother die,
Yeah,
something like
yeah, I
that.
believe so.
At least that's the story we're told.
Yeah,
You know.
but that's what they say. Seeing death ain't natural.
Right. But I mean, hey, this is where we are, man. This is where we are, and this is the prophecies that have to happen, though. You know what I'm saying? These prophecies have to happen. Like you said, this is gonna lead to civil war. All this is Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying?
The
Jacob's
beginning of
trouble,
sorrows.
the hour of temptation. You know what I'm saying? All these things are wrapped up in one. You know what I'm saying? This is the end time prophecy, man.
Let me get back to this Revelation 16:15. Yahweh shall speak, and behold, I come as a thief, which is going to be unexpected, man. Okay, in the midst of this war, when people are so focused on, the calamity, they're not going to be expecting Yahweh shall to come in, intervene. We are, because, we in the know, but a lot of these people, they just think this is going to be another war.
That's why it says we won't be taken as a thief. In the night, because we're already in the know. We already know to expect these things. You know what I'm saying? So here when these things happen, we more like, I knew it was gonna happen. Knew that was gonna happen. Bet. Now, because we know that means our redemption is close.
And blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, which we watching. Matter of fact, Second Ezra 9.
Okay.
Because we watching. We're keeping up with current events and linking it with biblical prophecy. Okay. As it says in the scripture he's about to read, we're measuring the time, man, because we don't. Let me finish this. Blessed is he that keepeth. I'm jumping the gun. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. Keepeth his garments mean he remain in his truth and keep his integrity and endure to the end.
Stand faithful.
Yep. Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. You out here, you out here doing wickedly because you thinking everything's being prolonged, not paying attention to what's going on. You gonna get caught with your pants down, man. Your ass, you gonna be caught assed out.
Exactly.
That's what it means by being, unless he walk naked, nigga, you gonna be assed out, nigga.
Without any kind of covering.
Yeah, just covering being the truth.
Exactly. Current.
And he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, or which is Armageddon, which means the Valley of Troops. In fact, yep.
Strong's G717. Armageddon.
The hill or city of Megiddo. The scene of the struggle of good and evil is suggested by the battle pain of Esdraelon. Esdraelon, which was famous for two great victories of Barak over the Canaanites and of Gideon over the Midianites, and for two great disasters, the death of Saul and Josiah, hence in Revelation, a place of great slaughter, the scene of a terrible retribution upon the wicked.
A terrible retribution upon the wicked. That's why the Lord said he was gathering them all to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat, that's Yahweh's judgment.
Yeah, so like all the troops, like whether it be American troops or foreign troops, if they they gathered over there, they got to be like great wicked spirits, man. I feel like
all the heathen, the Lord is gathering them together. He As he said, there would I plead with all the heathen, you know what I'm saying, for my people. You know what I'm saying? For the captivity of Israel, basically. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing all these heathens together to fight amongst each other and then actually going to make them fight him. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? This is how this whole kingdom is brought down. All the kingdoms, like, I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 11 where it speaks of the lion speaking to the eagle,
Yeah.
and he said, "This aren't you the last of the four beasts that I made to reign, so that the end of all these kingdoms might be brought through them." You see what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing the end to from all our captivities, all the people that's had their hand in captivity against Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing them all together now, and this is gonna be it. This is the last time the heathen gonna rule on this earth, too. I know, right?
Lucky. I got thrown off. I love a woman that smells good. You know, a lot of women nowadays be stink.
But it's true. You're right.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like that. If we sitting here talking, and she walked by, and it just. I was like,
And you don't get that often because it's still a
we
good
outside.
distance.
Yeah, we outside too.
Like,
I'm just like, damn.
that means she put some effort into, you know, but
Just
see,
make it smell good.
now biblically, that's
how
what
we
women
was
did.
supposed- yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Soaked in the oils and all that.
Exactly.
Because you know, that's how they prepared themselves for their husband. You know, they
Exactly.
found out what oils he liked, and they soaked in them oils, and you know, and spiritually, that's how we are with Yahweh Shah.
That could be a sign that Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, it means that quality women are getting ready to come our way. You know, and the Lord is preparing these women for us. You know, that's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is preparing quality women to be with me and the Lord in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know? And I believe in that. I believe that.
Go ahead and bring that out.
But 2nd Ezra chapter 9, starting at the top, verse 1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." Okay? And now, like the brother said, we're measuring the time diligently. That means we're paying attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We can see the things that's happening in the world. We can relate it to Bible prophecy and know the times that we're living in. This is how we can tell that we're in the end. You know, the Lord has begun to visit this world which He made. So verse 3 it says. Verse 3 it says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," come on. Tell me this ain't been seen. Tell me these things ain't happening.
Uproars of the people. You got protests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got earthquakes going in. Let me check this earthquake tracker real quick.
And if you remember, even before we struck Iran, it was uproars over there. People trying to revolt against the government. You know.
Latest earthquakes from the USGS shit had a 4.7 in Russia at 5:56 and 6:48 right now in our time. Okay, you had a 5.0 in the Kermadec Islands, then a 2.5 in Oklahoma, a 3.8 in Puerto Rico, two 4.1s in Alaska. This is all today. A 4.6 in Madagascar, a 5.1 in Japan, a 4.4 in Anguilla, a 2.6 in Alaska, a 2.7 in Texas, a 4.1 in Alaska, a 4.7 in the Kermadec Islands again, a 4.2 in Afghanistan, a 2.8 in San Ardo, California, 3.6 in Alaska, a 6.3 in Chile. So I say all this to say earthquakes happening all over the world in diverse places, man. Uproars of the people in the world.
You see the uproars. Everybody's against their government. Like in Second Ezra, is that 50? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're seeing these end times things happen. You're seeing all these things happen. You know what I'm saying?
And look. So I just typed into Google uproars and protests. Recent months have seen significant uproars and widespread protests driven by political disputes, immigration policy. You barely hear shit about ICE. You barely hear shit about ICE.
True, man.
You don't really hear shit about ICE, even though they still, doing their thing. You barely hear shit about the Epstein files anymore.
Of course, they're gonna try to cover that shit up. They're gonna have you distracted.
Yep.
You know.
Continuing on, driven by political disputes, immigration policies, and social issues, particularly in the United States and Europe. These events are often marked by passionate demonstrations and intense debates over policies. Key uproars and protests 2025 through 2026. You have the No Kings protests throughout 2025, and I still believe they still having some now. My co-worker was talking about it. He was telling me, because he designed shoes, he said he's designed a pair of kicks for the No Kings protest. I ain't gonna lie, those some nice looking kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had the anti-deportation / ICE protest. Okay. Going in all 2025, and they gained momentum in early 2026 with violent clashes reported in Southern California. All right. You had Gen Z protests worldwide. Okay.
And remember they said that Trump is calling on the National Guard to be here from all 50 states.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for civil unrest, talking about in sometime in April.
Yeah.
Right after the Passover.
You got the pro-Palestine protests in Europe. You got military uproar in India. Okay, opposition MPs have engaged in intense protests inside the Lok Sabha in March 2026, challenging government officials over controversial issues. Okay, so you got whether it's violent or peaceful, it's still uproars and uproars of the people and protests, man.
All over the world.
All right, go ahead. I just wanted to touch on that, man, to let the people know that, hey, it's going down out here in the world, man.
And these prophecies are speaking.
Loud and clear.
So in verse 3 again, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, as the brother just went into both of those, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Come. Hey, and just know the prophets told you first, start with the elders and apostles of great millstone, man.
Come. It says, for as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
You clearly can see we're in the end of days, man. We're in the beginning of sorrows. As the Elder Malcolm of Chicago said, we're in the last seconds of these last days, man.
Yep.
Read Matthew 24:6. Joel 3rd chapter. Matter of fact, let's go into the NLT with this one. Joel chapter 3, verse 1. Did you call that earlier?
No, I'm talking about this world. Walking with the other.
Okay. Focus, sir,
I'm focused.
on the scriptures not scattered.
Oh, that's what you meant. Nah, I got you. You good.
So, for behold, Joel 3:1, for behold, in those days, and at that time, when I shall reverse the captivity and restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem. And that's what we're going through right now. That's why this word is going out. That's why it's been a big shift that's been going on, man, in the world. You know, like you said, hey, the Lord is preparing quality women for the men of the Lord, man. Okay, a lot of these women are trying to get their bodies right to how Jake men like them. Okay, because, hey, Esau's coming out of power and Jake is coming up, man. We on the up and up. But continuing on, verse 2. And it said Judah and Jerusalem. That's all 12 tribes, northern and southern kingdom, man. Which the nation of Israel consists primarily of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You also have Israelite foreigners that's been likened unto a speckled bird that's been scattered amongst the heathen nations. They look like the heathen nations because they've been scattered amongst the heathen nations. However, their bloodline and their lineage goes back into Jacob by one of their fathers. Okay?
So this ain't a black thing. Okay?
Israelite thing.
Exactly.
All right? But continuing on, verse 2, I will gather all nations. It will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Armageddon region.
Yahweh Shabbat.
Yep.
Yahweh
Judgment. And there will I deal with and execute judgment upon them for their treatment of my people and my heritage, Israel, the true Israelites, not the fake gutter rats over there, whom they have scattered among the nations, and because they have divided my land. Right, like you said earlier, you got two heathen nations fighting over land that ain't theirs.
Exactly.
Y'all through, man.
And if these were the people, how are they already in their land? But why they're not scattered all everywhere? Like the scriptures, we're supposed to be scattered everywhere.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Like I was telling that Christian dude I was telling you about all the months ago when I had court. If they are the people, where's the Messiah and King David? Where's the Messiah and King David? Where's the Messiah?
Yeah.
Why is there peace on earth?
For real.
Like y'all actually got to stop and think about it. That shows that y'all people don't read y'all Bibles, man. Okay.
These people don't even believe in the Bible. You know, they have the Talmud. You know what I'm saying? But yet they can use the Bible to justify their actions. You know what I'm saying? They the only people on earth with a biblical nationality. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, because the Iranians, they don't even call themselves the Persians anymore.
You know, it's crazy. You know, we just popped up out of nowhere somewhere in slave ships. We just popped up in a slave ship somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Let's be with that.
All right, continuing on. Well, I'm going to jump down. Joel 3:9. Proclaim this among the nations. Prepare war. Stir up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And that's what's going. That's what all these nations doing. They're preparing themselves, man. Okay? This is it. That Michael Jackson movie. This is it. This is it.
It's over with.
Okay? This is the last time that any nation is finna go out for war. You know, any of that. So yeah, they finna go out with a bang. So yes, they like, okay, well we gotta Esau getting all his shit that he got in the basement, in the attic, okay, in that back closet, hidden behind the panel in the closet. He going to the storage shed. He going to the storage facility. He finna pull as well as all these nations, man.
Of course, everything on deck now.
Exactly.
He got to pull out everything he got. Because ultimately, this is not Esau just fighting against men. Okay? This is all Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is doing. You know what I'm saying? So he has to bring out everything he got. He got to bring out his sword to the fullest.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like on the video game, you gotta he all these nations trying to max their sword out. They try to max that stat all the way to the max.
Yep. And the Lord is making them do it. Hashem Yahweh Shai making them do it. Now we're finna see who's really the strongest. You know what I'm saying?
The carnal spirit, man. Because it's gonna start off as a carnal war between all these nations, and then it's gonna build it to something spiritual, man.
Because ultimately, this is all for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah to showcase their power.
God.
You know what I'm saying? To show Esau, nigga, you ain't shit. I gave you that power.
Just like how he did the ancient Egyptians.
Exactly.
All right. Boy, why is you hitting my phone up? Oh, definitely not going to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what's going on. Okay, case in point with Iran. Okay, they was considered a weak nation for a long time. That's why America been sitting here bullying them for all these years. But now, hey, Iran's like, nigga, while y'all was going around fucking with everybody else, I've been over here just, building up.
Dude in Iran, he said, look here, we've been preparing for this for the longest. You know what I'm saying? We ready for America to put boots on the ground. I wish they would. He basically like, look, we've been preparing for this. Like you said, while America been bullying everybody, these nations been preparing, getting themselves ready. You know what I'm saying? So now the weak is saying I'm strong. Now they're like, okay, well, what you got?
Exactly.
Come on, big badass America. Come on, what you got?
Con.
You know what I'm saying? They with it now. They with the shits.
Hold on. Before you get that, I want you to get this.
Okay.
Get Jeremiah 50, verse 23. Verses 50, 22, verses. Jeremiah chapter 50, verses 22 and 23. But let me finish this. All right. Verse 11. Hasten and come, all you nations round about, and assemble yourselves there. You, O Yahweh, will bring down your mighty ones. Let the nations bestir themselves and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the nations round about. Yeah, he's finna stick his foot up their ass, man. Put in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Put in the sickle for the vintage, the harvest is ripe. Come get down and tread the grapes, for the winepress is full, the vats overflow, for the wickedness of the people is great. And that's why all this shit going on, man. Yahweh Shah is like, man, look, they wickedness has reached the heavens. I can't deal with this shit no more. Okay? These nations are arming themselves for a final conflict. Okay? And what we just read in Joel 3 is going to military escalation, man. All right, all these militaries are, they're in the arms race. To build the best weapons to defend their country against America and Israel. Okay, because didn't it say that the least of the flock shall draw them out?
And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Fucking Israel, drew America into a war that America wasn't prepared for. In this Jeremiah chapter 50, can I go to the, I think I'm going to 25 now? Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50, starting at verse 22, it says, the sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay, and that's talking about America, Babylon the Great. It's been the hammer of the earth. Okay? Okay, going around bullying everybody, and this has been the strongest, known as the strongest military on earth for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord has weakened it. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. Okay? And this place ain't did nothing but strive against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. Everything that goes on in America is a total abomination. You know what I'm saying? So it says the Lord hath opened up his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh power of hosts, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. Okay? So this is all the Lord is doing. The Lord is bringing Esau bringing this place to an end. Simple as that. Okay? That's why all these nations are going to war. Okay? And eventually, Yahweh Shah gonna intervene in that war and just gonna shut it all down.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And that's what that's pretty much what Iran is saying to America in Israel.
Yeah.
On the straight up.
They over there like, this all you got? Come on now. Come on now, America. I know y'all can do better than that.
Thy pomp, okay, their might and power, is brought down to the grave. In the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Which is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the illuminated ones, the elite. Okay. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? Okay. Or in the NLT it says, oh, how you are fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning. You have been thrown down to the earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world.
And that's symbolic of the Lord bringing Babylon the Great. Okay? If this nation, America has destroyed all the other nations with their military, with their atomic bomb and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's the pride of these Edomites. And that's what they think. They think that they're going to get to this point. Mm-hmm. Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Meaning y'all going to be brought down low, to the lowest low, to the lowest depths. Okay? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did shake the kingdoms? And y'all see, because it's still talking about Lucifer. And it said, is this the man? Mm-hmm. Context clues, people.
Exactly.
Okay. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory. Everyone in his house. Nope. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. Talking about America, the Edomites. And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
It's over with for America, man. This place is done, like you said. Stick a fork in it. Stick a fork in it, and it's done.
Get that message. Okay, you got it.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. Okay, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Fine.
And now it's saying that you speak. It's saying the end is not yet. It's saying because other prophecies have to play out before this war is full-fledged, before World War III actually goes nuclear. Other prophecies do have to play out.
Yeah, like Jacob's trouble in Our Temptation when they implement and mandate the MOTB.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the brother's saying this whole skirmish right now with Iran, that's why it's mainly financial. It's about financial collapse. You know what I'm saying? And the Strait of Hormuz being closed is a big part of that, you know? So it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. You can just read that in 2nd
of earthquakes. Yep.
Then you just look that up.
Yep.
It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall cure you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay? And that's pretty much talking about the men of the Lord that's going to be merciful. You know what I'm saying? And we're already hated because of this very word that we speak, just like Yahweh Shah was hated because of the word that he spoke. And here we are in Yahweh Shah's stead. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing and receiving that same thing.
Get 2nd Ezra 15 and 15 for me, Baba Kashar. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Okay. Didn't we just read that?
Nation against nation,
Kingdom against kingdom. Okay.
Yes.
Verse 32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. All right, just talking about these nations trying to come up against Yahweh Shai, man. They're going to stop fighting amongst each other to come and fight against Yahweh Shai, man. The armies of the world is going to unite in war against Yahweh Shai, man. And they think because, you know, they're going to have strength in numbers. But what Yahweh Shah said, I'm not going to meet thee as a man.
Exactly.
He coming in that angelic body.
Exactly. He ain't coming in a body that you can persecute, that you can crucify no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to put this man on the cross again. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
You ain't gonna put a crown of thorns on him. You ain't gonna spit on him. You ain't gonna do a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stand up and fight and die.
He saw a moist ass bitch. Go ahead and get what you got. Read 15 through 17.
Okay, it said, okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, I'm going to get 14. It says, go to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. How many times we going to read this?
Hey, but that's just Yahweh Bashim Shah emphasizing, because whenever he's putting emphasis on something, it's very important. Okay, he's trying to get the attention of the readers. Like, hey, pay attention to this.
Exactly. So, like, it might sound like a broken record, but it's necessary for you to get the point.
Yep.
You know, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay?
Yeah, these people, hey, when it goes into them protests, man, they not regarding their kings and their princes. They pissed off. These people pissed off that, you know, a lot of the Americans, shit, MAGA is divided. That shit's pretty much falling apart because they mad that Trump did what he did.
Because he ain't did nothing but go against everything that he supposedly said he was going to do in his campaign.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He just proved himself to be the lying motherfucker that he is.
Yep.
You know?
True story.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, that's martial law.
Yep.
These things are coming, man.
Yep. Because they're going to lock this place down, especially once chaos starts to hit on this side. Oh, nigga, best believe. Checkpoints. All that shit.
15 minute cities.
Yep. And that's gonna be something that they can use to implement the chip. Because they're gonna be like, oh well, we're gonna have to be able to track everybody and make sure that everybody's a legal citizen. Just watch, man. Just watch.
It's so many things that they can do. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna do something big.
Yep, because they're not gonna let a good crisis go to waste.
Exactly. They gonna cause a crisis. You're right. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, part of the great tribulation is war. Okay, do war is lack of bread. It's a shortage of food. Okay, especially with them with the Strait of Hormuz thing making the gas prices go up. If the gas prices get too high, these truck drivers ain't gonna be driving supplies and groceries and shit across town, across the country. So hey, y'all people better prepare. And when I say prepare, I mean by repenting and turning to the Lord. Cause stocking and all that shit and having a bug out bag, that ain't gonna fucking save you.
Exactly. That's why I said right here that a man shall, they will be destroying other people's houses with the sword.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have it, they want to get it from you.
Yep.
You was talking about that from the movie, Leave the World Behind. You know what I'm saying? Because that one dude was pretty much the only person that knew
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he knew what was going on and he was prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to share shit. They ended up pulling guns out on each other like, man, we just need some help. And he's like, fuck you, get him. You know what I'm saying?
And that's gonna be the stance that the men of the Lord gonna have because that's gonna be the stance of people in that time. Because because iniquity shall abound, the love of many is gonna wax cold, man.
Exactly.
It's gonna be so bad. Friends gonna fight each other like enemies, man. People these women gonna be eating their kids, man. These are the times we're coming into. But y'all keep bullshitting around thinking it's a joke, man. Cause we gonna have the last laugh. You finished on that?
We gonna laugh hard as hell, yeah.
Okay. Get Zephaniah 3 and 8. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, and his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Talking about these nukes. Okay, and the bow represents those silos.
His right hand represents
Yahweh
Yahweh.
And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Yeah, that fire is kindled, bro. It ain't no going back. Trump knew that. It ain't no going back. All right, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returning not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, what was you about to say?
I said, what we gonna do? We gonna
pray and trust in the Lord. Trust in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Exactly. You see that happen?
Yeah, because even with all this going on, with this war going on, people still getting up, going to work, you know, oblivious to what's going on. Okay, not, you know, getting pissed off about what's going on, you know, with these files and all that. They just, oh, well, we still got to pay rent and bills and all that. But, hey, like the elder in Kansas City be saying, man, these people, Americans are docile, man.
Dumb as hell, man. Dude.
Very much so. Go ahead and do what you got.
Okay, so Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the plate. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Right, and he's jealous, man, because of, you know, our people wanted to be like these heathens, but then also what they did unto us. Okay, because we liken unto the Lord's woman, and you know, you see another man, you know, macking on your woman and all that shit gonna piss you off, and make you get you in a rage. What it say? Jealousy is the rage of a man, especially behind his woman.
Exactly. You know,
So how much worship? Yeah. So yeah, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua like, all right, y'all gonna keep playing, y'all gonna keep playing in my face like this? All right, I got something for y'all. Bet. Get Habakkuk 2 and 3. Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken. You people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation, which is the righteous anger, of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, it's that mushroom cloud. And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig trees. Talking about these nukes and these bombs. Okay? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Think about that nuke flying. That's what the nuke is flying sword, man. Mm-hmm. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh had a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And Basra is the chief capital of Edom. So modern day Basra will be America. Okay?
It's on you. Okay, so Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, man, so go ahead and break it down.
So basically, look here, the prophecies are now speaking. It's no longer just a vision, you know what I'm saying? Scripture say, I will cause this proverb to cease, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is now speaking, the Lord is making moves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
So
we just read.
No excuses.
No excuses, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been preaching the word, and the Lord said, I will speak the word and then I will perform it. You know what I'm saying? Now the Lord is performing. You're getting action now. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say we're in beautiful times, because we're seeing the prophecies actually play out. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a vision, and it ain't tarrying no more.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's here, right? Real time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it.
So, Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. This is Yahushua speaking. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So those of us that are in this truth, that's in the household of faith, we need to, how I'm holding on to this garment, that's how we need to be. We need to be holding on to the truth like this, but even tighter. Because I'm holding on to it tight. But we need to be holding on to this thing extra tight, because our life and our salvation depends on it, man. Okay? So, hey, we close to the return of Yahushua, man. Okay, this Iran, Iran, Persia, they're prophecy. They're going to play a role in the alliance against the West. This Iran conflict is going to escalate into World War III. World War III is going to escalate. It's going to become Armageddon. And then it's going to ultimately end in the return of Yahushua, man. Okay? You had anything else you wanted to?
That's pretty much it. You said it all, but expect China, expect Russia,
North Korea.
North Korea, all these other nations start to get involved. And you're gonna start hearing more about them making moves as well, because they have trade deals with Iran. You know what I'm saying? So they cannot sit on the sidelines and watch Iran, you know what I'm saying, just be destroyed by the U.S. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to intervene.
And they will intervene. Thus said the Lord, thus said the scripture, thus says prophecy, man. All right, so with that, we're going to bring this camp to a close. We're going to bring this camp to a close, giving the infinite honor and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachach giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who we learn the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect, to you believers and listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And much love and respect to you brothers pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives of freedom now more so than ever. May Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. With that, Shalom,
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball.
Baba Ball.
DTA soon.
Shalom.